Qantas got smashed again today and its reputation now is in ruins. The High Court confirmed the airline had acted illegally 2 years ago during the COVID pandemic when it sacked nearly 1,700 of its workers and outsourced their jobs. And courts have ruled that it did that to stop any industrial action by its heavily unionised workforce, and that was against the law. Now, Qantas would say it was just trying to save the airline, but I've got to say, unions today were celebrating, demanding the resignation now of the Qantas board. CEO Alan Joyce has already quit.
The court has dismissed unanimously Qantas's appeal. It now stands their actions against these Qantas families as the largest sacking in Australian corporate history that has been found to be illegal. There are serious consequences that should flow from this. Richard Goyder and the board should go.
Joining me is the panel, Michael Costa, former New South Wales Labor Treasurer, and Garth Hamilton, Federal Liberal MP. Michael, Alan Joyce quit early, taking a final payout of $24 million. He actually did a good job for Qantas in terms of simply, of profit anyway. $2.6 billion record profit posted last month. But boy, did he destroy the company's reputation, and should the board now take back some of his bonuses?
Well, look, I think it's very difficult for the board to take back his bonuses, but certainly that's a matter for the board and the upcoming annual general meeting, because I think those bonuses have to be voted on. Look, in terms of this decision today, this is a massive slap in the face for Qantas. And I wish people would stop referring to Qantas as our sort of national carrier. It's not a national carrier. It's a private airline that competes with other private airlines. And in fact, most airline travel is a commodity, and most people just purchase it on price. There's no sort of residual loyalty. In fact, if you talk to lots of people that travel, they try and avoid Qantas. Its services have gone down in terms of both performance, general performance, and also the quality of the service. But this is a massive slap in the face, and I think the board should actually resign on its own volition. And the reason I say that is that this is an illegal decision. It defies logic to think that this board was not involved in supporting an industrial relations strategy of this magnitude. I'm sure they were consulted. I'm sure that they endorsed it, and they ought to face the consequence of this because it's hit the share price. Leaving aside the morality of all of this, it has actually damaged the asset that they're charged with maintaining. And I think that's where we are. And as for the corporate virtue signalling we've seen from this airline, we keep seeing it, but here its own workforce, it won't even treat it with decency. So, what credibility have they got on any other issue? It's actually a scandal. They should just resign.
Good point. But Garth Hamilton, Michael Costa says the board should now resign because Joyce couldn't have done this on his own. It couldn't have done a lot of things on his own, like selling thousands of tickets to flights already cancelled, facing court action on that as well. Trying to take the flight credits of customers, was forced to back down on that. The board's up to its neck in this. Should it quit?
I think it's a pretty legitimate question to be asking. I mean, beyond the illegal action that this company has been found to have taken, and certainly unethical action in holding back those credits from customers, selling tickets on flights that had already been cancelled. But surely there's a responsibility on that board for the reputational damage that's been caused under their stewardship. And we can't be clear on this, that Qantas's reputation is in the toilet. This is an airline right now that is offering free flights to Marcia Langton after she's told and linked half of Australia with stupidity and racism. That's this organisation at the moment. Their reputation is absolutely in the toilet. It wasn't just Alan Joyce, I can assure you of that.